Hey all, Dr. Tanya Olson here with Dr. Tanya Foot Care and Fixing Your Feet. I just wanted to talk real quick about hydrocolloid dressings or blister patches. Now, you would think from the name that these would be the most ideal thing to use for foot care during an event, and that is absolutely the exact opposite. These are made of what is called a hydrocolloid dressing. Hydrocolloid dressings are created to absorb moisture and to adhere very tightly and strongly to the skin for the life of a blister. So the 5 to 7 days it'll take for a blister to heal. Now, this can work out really well if you're going out for a night with the gals and you have your dress shoes or your heels are kind of rubbing on the back of your heel. By all means, these work out really nicely. Or if you're like spending a long day at Disneyland or Disney World, these can work out very well. They work out very nicely if after a race during recovery. If you put this on properly and then you use the heat of your hand to help it adhere properly, this will stay on the life of a blister through showers and all that, and it works out really well. That is what they're intended for. These are intended for wound care and to absorb moisture and to stick very strongly on the skin. The problem with using these during an event, like an ultra marathon or a longer trail run, is that the 250,000 sweat glands on each of your feet that are pumping out sweat constantly turns the strengths of these dressings into their weakness. So these hydrocolloid dressings during an event when you're sweating and you're running and there's got higher stakes, you're out there for a long time, these dressings will absorb large amounts of water, and when they do that, they swell up, take more space in your shoe. When they're taking up more space, then they can start rubbing on something. That rubbing can cause them, because they're so tightly adhered to your skin, they can take the skin with it. So these can create a skin tear. And I've seen dozens of situations where well-meaning crew or well-meaning runners have taken a blister patch, put it on a blister, and then they end up with a much larger area of injury and in a lot more discomfort and pain than was necessary. So during an event, these are not at all recommended. The chance for a blister patch causing a skin tear and causing more trouble and more of an injury is much, much higher than if you were to simply use good foot care techniques and using kinesiology tape and maybe a hydrogel patch. But hydrocolloid dressings or blister patches are not designed to be safely used during an event. So just understand the products, the components of the products that you're choosing to use and the conditions that you're in so that you can best set your feet up to be healthy. So hydrocolloid dressings absorb moisture and they stick very, very strongly to the skin, which can cause skin tears and further skin injury during an event. So that's your pro tip for the day.